Hello YouTube, welcome back to Tentaculon's Lair and welcome back to Path of Exile 2, where we are currently running our little Plantomancer.
By decree of the Count of Ogham, all men must work a third shift and continue excavating until further notice. Any man caught resting will meet the executioner's axe or the gallows noose.
I don't think he's going to get that past the unions. Sorry. That's not very health and safety friendly. Now, the more observant of you will notice that there's a great big chunk gone from the beginning of this section. I had to cut 16 minutes out because the latency was just appalling. It was a slideshow, and so I wandered around the map. Got as much of it into my system as possible, waited for the lag to subside, and then I just chopped it out so it didn't bother you guys too much. But yeah, it was 16 minutes. And that was on top of 4 disconnections and something I've never seen before in my entire life. A deadlock warning. No, that was a new one to me. Deadlock warning. So anywho, we are up near the Count's Manor. We're clearing the courtyard with a bunch of stuff, and we've changed our tactics slightly. We now have lightning, thunderstorm. So we put down a whole bunch of plants, and then we cast thunderstorm, and the plants become overpowered, overgrown during the thunderstorm, because they're stimulated by the electricity underwater, and so they become much stronger. Which, when you're a Plantomancer, is exactly what you want. Yeah, with fronds like these, who needs anemones? Sorry, I'll get my coat. So before we get into the mana per se, I'm just going to have a look at the next section in the patch notes, which is called Endgame. And it says the Atlas now has fixed points of interest at specific locations, giving you distinct objectives that are easy to find. All League mechanics on the Atlas now have quests that introduce the mechanic and guide you through its various stages up to the pinnacle boss. All pinnacle bosses now have quest versions that can be accessed deterministically.
By decree of the Count of Ogham, effective immediately, all crimes are now punishable by hanging until death. Hanged criminals will have their bodies thrown into the pit.
Alongside repeatable non-quest versions that offer a greater challenge, and they've added 30 new endgame map areas. So the next section is going to be the Origins of Divinity and the endgame overhaul. But let's have a look where we are in the Manor House, if we have a convenient minute. I'll go over that. And then as soon as these things, like with the remnants, I spoke about the remnants, then we found some remnants, then I completed some remnants, I killed the mobs that spawned, and oh, here's another one, and then got the gear. So I'll do that with all of the elements of the patch notes, and as the various bits arise throughout this playthrough, we'll go through them in detail. So I have to say, with Lightning Storm, it actually works very well, and it's increased my damage output by a significant amount. Hello. That's the lightning storm effect. It lasts for a decent amount of time and does a decent amount of damage, and also augments the damage of my plants. So
Oi! Some men do not have to earn honor. Some are simply born with it by virtue of their status. Gianor is doubly a monster for giving away what others have sought their entire lives. He was born into the role rather than being chosen by the clan. And now, he has squandered that by serving himself above all others. I used to believe in him, but now, I cannot even stand the thought of him.
he sounds like he should be in Hot Fuzz. The greater good. Right, so it goes on to say Origins of Divinity and Endgame Overhaul.
At the stone!
The new endgame storyline, the Cataclysm of the Beast, has invoked an ancient protocol designed to scour for and purge corruption should it ever take hold to this degree. Traverse the Atlas to enter the fortress and activate the gates. Obtain the keys to reach the ancient precursor weapons and disarm them. On completion of your first tower, a fortress will rise from the earth. Maps inside the fortress grant one or more passive points for the Atlas passive tree. This entirely replaces the previous method of gaining Atlas points. The Atlas tree has been significantly expanded with only 300 nodes.
The outside threat grows ever stronger. Whispers of betrayal echo within my very halls. We can no longer tolerate any risk. Use lethal force against those you suspect of foul play. Speak carefully with your men. Ensure they are who they claim. Hang any suspects. Seek out resistance within the village and raze their homes to the ground. We must send a clear message. Leave no stone unturned.
So I'll say that again. The Atlas tree has been significantly expanded with over 300 nodes. After completing all the maps inside the fortress, you will gain enough passive points to fully allocate the Atlas tree. As the entire Atlas tree can be fully allocated, there's no need to allow respecialization for it anymore. Multi-choice nodes on the tree can be changed between options at any time. Many maps in the fortress have ancient modifiers that add or modify the contents of the map. Any maps with modifiers that add secondary content to a map also implicitly add that content to the map as well. Added 40 plus ancient modifiers that have a chance to appear on any map outside the fortress. Added 3 gateway maps with 2 new bosses that can be used to access different sections of the fortress. New precursor tower maps have been added outside the fortress. The burning monolith, along with the Arbiter of Ash, has been moved into the fortress, and quest versions of the Crisis fragments have been added to 2 Enigma chambers inside the fortress. They've added 2 new Citadel maps with 2 new bosses that drop keys to the new Pinnacle boss, added Arbiter of Divinity Pinnacle boss, and maps in the fortress can be alternatively completed by killing the Arbiter of Divinity 4 times to complete different sections of the fortress automatically in order to gain Atlas tree points. Well, that's a bit kind of abstract for now, but once we're in the end game, once we're on the maps, we'll go through this in detail and go through it point by point as we play through that particular content. For anyone who's interested, I have the last few Diablo 4 Paladin playthrough videos going up on my Rumble channel over the next few days. And once I'm done there, I'm going to take a couple of days off from Rumble. I'm going to concentrate on getting some content put together for the Path of Exile 2 stuff. And then I'm going to do a series of the Black Grimoire Cursebreaker, which is an old style kind of RuneScape.
Reckoning.
It's a modern version of an old school RPG, sort of in the vein of RuneScape or EverQuest, that kind of thing.
Roach and snare ye!
And I'll be doing that on my Rumble channel, and I hope to probably get I don't know, depending on the amount of content in the game, we'll do, as usual, we'll do it all. Oh, good lord, that took a lot out of me. Okay. Heal. Thank you. Yeah, we'll do a full playthrough from start to end game, and all quests, side quests. And bosses. And if it's possible, I don't know if it is possible right now, but if it is possible, I'll be playing something that I don't normally play, which would be something like a magician or a sorcerer, or a wizard, something like that. A finger wiggler. My Diablo 2 Resurrected series over on Rumble was, I played the Warlock, and that was just after the Warlock had been released for Diablo 2 Resurrected. Played the Warlock, and of course it was immediately nerfed, so there was that. I'm hoping there's going to be enough content in the Black Grimoire for 40 episodes. I like that level of content. 42 episodes, which is usually about an hour and a half long. So that gives you about 60 hours in game. That's more than enough really to go through a lot of content, do quests, do side quests, get a really good flavor for the game, build your character up, you know, get that power fantasy going, and do all the things.
Greetings. If you intend to face the Count, I must warn you. An ancient corrupting power has driven him to madness. There is no telling what you may find within the walls of a manor. Where the seed of corruption takes root, life bends itself into unnatural shapes, and the minds of men grow fevered. Though you may face horrors beyond comprehension, it is this seed that is the true danger at the heart of the manor.
Well, I found his Only Furries account.
Yes, another one. He's under there.
Such a wee man to cast such a shadow. Raxx and stare ye!
I have to say, I am enjoying the YouTube experience. I haven't up till now actually posted anything on YouTube. This is the very first thing that I have. I've posted almost exclusively on Rumble. The YouTube, the whole process of making a video, posting the video, going through the whole registration process and verification process and uploading is, I have to say, and I'm sorry to say this, Rumble, but it is so much easier and so much more streamlined as a process on YouTube than it is on Rumble. I'll give you an example. Yesterday, I uploaded a video to Rumble. I started at 7:30 in the morning. And it took almost 11 hours to upload. At 6:30 last night, I uploaded a video to YouTube. And by 6:45, the entire process was done, was completed. 15 minutes. And the videos were very similar to each other in length, so, you know. Not really worth writing home about the differences in the two. So I'm finding it very easy to use YouTube. It's a very nice system that they've got. It's very streamlined. And everything seems to work really well. And, yeah, I'm enjoying it. So I may do Rumble exclusive, YouTube exclusive, Rumble exclusive, YouTube exclusive. There's plenty of games out there. Candlemas. Hello. So the games that I particularly like playing.
Our laments. Sanity recedes ever further into the dark. Shadows hover above us, in the corners, watching and waiting. What sickness has come among us that so unsettles our minds? It sits, poised to strike. Nowhere is safe.
The games I particularly like playing are RPGs, ARPGs, open survival games, open world. I'm not really the biggest fan of what they call these days cozy.
Corruption breathes life
cozy
where
games.
none should be.
There's a game coming out called Solarpunk, which Partially Royal was playing yesterday, and I love that guy. I love that guy's. I like his attitude. I like his content. I like the way he delivers for people. I think if I was to, if I was going to steal a YouTube channel, I couldn't think of a better one than his. Not that I'm going to steal a YouTube channel, but I think from a gaming perspective, he plays all the kind of games that I like, and his content is just fantastic. He did a big series last year. I think it was RuneScape did something called Dragon Wilds. And I know my wife got it and played it like mad. I mean, she was addicted to that game for a while. Parsley Royal did a series on it. It was absolutely fantastic series. It really was. Yeah, so RPGs, ARPGs, and open world survival crafting games. I'm a big fan of 7 Days to Die, but there are a lot of very good 7 Days to Die content creators out there, so they don't need me adding to that pot. Guns, Nerds and Steel is a great content creator. He does a lot of 7 Days to Die stuff. Jar Woodle is another good one. Mouthy Australian who just can't shut up. So, but he's funny anyway, so you don't really want him to shut up. His content's
I sense
fantastic.
Oriana knows. And I cannot deny that which I know deep down to be true. That fair-haired villager, an eternal descendant, she knew. At that moment when our eyes locked, we both knew. She clung to her children like I would end them then and there. She is of no risk now, but how many others must I fear? Is my blood truly impure? Oriana assures me we can right some of the wrongs of the past. She promises a way forward for Ogham. A way forward for the clans and the clanless alike. And a way forward for me. We must continue with our task.
And I used to be a big fan of MMOs. One of the first games I ever played was EverQuest,
Our triumph is at hand!
and then Dark Age of Camelot.
Twisted thing!
I ran a big PvP guild with my wife in Dark Age of Camelot. And then, of course, World of Warcraft. Played World of Warcraft for years and years and years. And it was only after I had my accident and wasn't able to do the kind of things that, you know, not quite as good with my hands, not quite as good because I had not quite catastrophic brain injury, but there was some slight brain damage, which led to some quite significant cognitive issues that I still have now, and they're permanent. So I'm not quite as fast making decisions on the fly. I'm not quite as quick to, you know, pressing the buttons is, you know, getting out of the way, move out of the red stuff, move out of the green stuff, you know, following the mob's patterns and that kind of thing. It all became a little bit too much, and when I realized that I was my lack of ability to do various bits and pieces, even though it was still in the game, was impacting on the enjoyment of other people, I gave up playing. Because I didn't believe that I had the right to expect other people to carry me. Even though it wasn't my fault, it wasn't their fault either, so that was when I stopped playing MMOs.
Roots and stare ye! I'm full up.
I'll fit one of them tiaras in. Nice loot. Not sure it qualifies as fat loot. Maybe just chubby. I could do with one of those nice big crates for my puppy. She loves sleeping in her crate.
Yes. Don't stop. The beast. Outsiders can never understand the Ezomite struggle. Our folklore goes back to the very winter of the world, when we were but savages clawing grubs from the dirt. The Eternal Empire tried to crush us. They failed. Not even the event that destroyed the Vaal could end us. We strengthened in the wake of their cataclysm, harnessing runes, mastering the world around us. We have always fought for survival, for home, for hearth. That is the bloodline I am proud of, stretching back thousands of years. That is what I must defend, to keep pure.
So you become a psychopath with a monster in the basement. Oh yeah, that makes perfect sense. Unless, of course, you're pussy whipped. Then it makes sense. Crazy day here today. Woke up this morning, thunder, grumbling, rumbling in the distance, pissing down with rain. I thought, hello, that's what the day's gonna be like today. Okay, fair enough. And it's absolutely glorious this afternoon. I got sun streaming in through my office window. It's hotter than Satan's butt crack. But there's a nice little breeze going, so.
Nature crash! Nate Walker!
Husband, this interloper has the power we need. Kill him, and you shall have everything I promised.
I've got the power I need.
This time. I'll remove your head myself!
Come on,
Failed once, you'll fail again.
come on, doggy.
Easy, friend. You pay with your life.
Come on, there's a good boy.
You will falter.
Got some bacon in my pocket. Come on. He's a good boy. Doggy form.
Brianna, open the cage. Release the beast. Give me what you promised.
To do the job.
Ha ha
Someone
ha.
who can.
Cuck.
Goodbye.
You've been cucked, mate.
How dare you? After all I've given you.
Yeah, that's the way it goes.
Killing frost.
I smell your blood, and I am ravenous. As night falls, winter's chill, sought the unworthy, through an endless night, they wither and tarry, forsaken forests, as cold as death, of baleless misery. The pack won't forget. Requiem on high. Desolation. I will take out your heart and savor each bite.
No, you won't. This is my first go at the count, by the way. My plan was to have a go at him and then do the entire mana again, get a couple more levels, and then come back and kill him.
Chilling frost.
But as you can see, he killed me with his final breath, but I had about 6 dots still running on him, so my dots killed him about a second after he killed me, so I'm not going to go back
We
and do
must
it again.
pursue Oriana. The seed of corruption has begun to grow, but there is still a chance that we can end this before it is too late.
So, and I'm just in the
Betrayal
middle
of
of fat
corruption leads
fingering a
east.
big mistake
So
here.
east we shall go. It seems fate conspires to return me to the plains of Vastiri.
Yeah, and I'm afraid I had to cut that cutscene out.
Sir, we have arrived. The Vastiri awaits.
Because it was...
This outpost seems to be part of a tree. The Marraketh have a cultural history deeper than most know. Theirs is a strict tradition, bordering on brutal. But it is that adherence to shared beliefs that has kept them strong when entire empires have come and gone around them.
It turned into a slideshow.
The weary traveler grows close to the end of the path. The bread bowl of the world, the verdant land of 7 waters, awaits! Be sure to have your toll ready at the gates. Cloth, gems, metalwares, and coin are all accepted.
So I had to cut it all out, which is a shame. But there you go.
Each grain of sand here has a story all its own.
You are seeking passage on our caravan? We cannot travel anywhere at the moment. Hyenic raiders are harassing the trade route ahead. For the time being, we are stuck here.
Hyenic raiders? I've not heard of such beasts.
Well, they're like great big hyenas. It's kind of hyenic raiders. So, there's that.
You've done well, stranger. No, you are no stranger now. You have become part of our song's story, and I shall sing it proudly. The darkness that crept upon our lands has been forced to flee, and I have a feeling you will pursue it to the end of the world. Good luck to you.
So, because I
This is
fat-fingered
home now.
a trip to Vastiri.
Our songs tell of times of renewal, when bloodshed, strife, and courage forge stronger bonds. That is how we will regard this era of Ogham, and how we will remember you. in our songs.
So I decided I'd come back and listen to their
It seems shadows haunt us both.
Ola's house.
end stuff.
Renly's house. They had real places to live. I was always so envious, but I guess they're like me now. Vagabonds. Vagrants. Well, it begs the question. Is this home now? You've caught me in a moment of sappiness, hero. My apologies. The clan leaders are all dead, but there's one man who remains with the leadership to carry on. Renly will take good care of us, as is his nature. We'll be just fine, hero. You can ride on out of here with your head held high. Seriously, though, I hope you return someday. If only to guard my back. I always make sure to avoid noblewomen like Latis. Her kind seem to think I'm insincere for reasons neither you nor I could ever comprehend, I'm sure.
Yeah, sure.
Still, I certainly heard about her, and I've heard what she said about the manor. I know lies, hero, and she isn't one.
Oh, that Finn's a bad influence. No daughter of mine will consort with such a type. We should have the village guards give him a good beating just to teach him a lesson.
Though I suppose nursing a grudge is foolish, given they're likely all dead now.
Yeah, well, there is that.
Bye then.
Bye. Yeah, so I thought I would,
Count Geonor is dead. I never thought there'd come a day when such a statement brought relief. We can finally start rebuilding our poor, damaged Ogham. It's going to be a long and difficult struggle, but it's not nearly the first time we Ezamites have had to rise from the ashes. The Count's name will not be remembered in our songs. Ha! Good riddance. The thought of our village on fire. Oh, my heart feels heavy. We'll get back there someday. Reclaim our lands, rebuild, mark my words. Part of me is angry I wasn't there to defend the place, but I know I was needed by these good folks far more. I can't imagine what would have happened if they'd been out here, defenseless.
of course, I could have edited it up differently so you wouldn't have known
Till
I had
next
to
time.
come back and do it all over again. But then you also wouldn't have known what a twat I was. So there's that. Bye-bye, Ogham.
Nature, fury! Roach and snare ye!
Right, we're going to, in this episode, we're gonna make our way through the desert as much as we possibly can, or wastes, or whatever this is called, and we're going to try and kill the hyena boss and his gang, and impress the hell out of what's her face over at the train, over at the caravan. So she'll offer us a berth and almost as much respect as a member of her crew. Almost. That's nice. Getting some nice upgrade orbs. That'll make life a little bit easier as we go forward. So yeah, as soon as we fulfill the criteria to get access to the caravan, I think that sounds to me like a pretty good spot to bring it to a halt today. And as soon as we get on board, I think we'll put a pin in it there, and we'll come back to it tomorrow. And we'll do some desert content tomorrow. Maybe the Mordoon mines. Rescue that woman in. She's some kind of traitor or something in the Mordoon mines. Risu, I think her name is. And then put Balbala out of her misery. I like to have my episodes running at about an hour and a half, between an hour and a half and 2 hours. If there's something special going on, like there's a big boss battle, or so say there's the fight for the Juggernaut. I'll likely start that fight for the Juggernaut at the very beginning, and then make a big deal out of it, even if it goes longer than 2 hours. I'll do that as a special. So I'm not averse to doing longer form content. I quite like it. If I was able to do a 3, 4, 5 hour video every day, I would, because I like long form content. But I know that not everybody has the time or the patience for it. So I think trying to find a happy medium between those people who do 20-30 minute pieces and those who do 3 and 4 hour. So I've found between an hour and a half and 2 hours is my sweet spot, and so that's the length of the videos that I mostly produce. And I hope you guys are all right with that. watch out in the next couple of days. I'm planning on making some shorts and using them as just purely and simply as advertising. Fallen in love with a channel on YouTube. It's called Classic Telly, and it shows television programs from the 1960s. Man, is it great. Department S, Sapphire and Steel, The Saint, all sorts, man. I tell you, Jason Wingard, it's just incredible stuff. Department S is my favorite. They've got every single episode of Department S, and I'm obsessed with it. London in the early 1960s, it is a completely different place. It's like looking at a different country. It's like looking at a completely, it's like an alien civilization. And it looks beautiful. It just looks so nice and clean and pristine and just, you know, it's just it's an amazing place. And of course these spy dramas are obviously, you know, 1960s heavy. What can I say?
Pack's heavy enough already.
So the one I watched this morning with a cup of coffee and a cuddle from the cat. was all about Department S had found a smuggling gang, and they were smuggling. They were using a professional golf player to smuggle gold that had been cunningly cunningly reshaped into the shape of golf balls and golf clubs to evade detection by customs and excise officers, and he was going around the whole of the golf tournaments, bringing in these golf clubs that were made out of solid gold, and then palming them off to the mafia and picking up a proper set to play his match. Yeah, it was, I mean, total nonsense, but just wonderful all the same.
Fronts to nature, every last one of them.
Aye, so they are.
You defeated the raiders?
Yeah.
Fate sends us a fortuitous stranger. Welcome to the Adura Agara.
Why are you so surprised?
You may travel with us in exchange for your service as a Jingak, and you will have nearly the respect of one of our own for as long as you stay.
That's very kind of you. All right, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, humans and aliens of the interwebs, that's me for the day, and I will be back tomorrow. So thank you ever so much for hanging out with me. Been very kind of you. We'll do it all again in the next one.
How can
Cheers.
I advise you? Time is short. Make haste.